Tyler Stanley here with the Stoked Life. Guys, I just got off the call, an interview with one of my clients, Aaron. Now, Aaron has a pretty remarkable story. He's been part of the Stoked Life Alliance for about 3 months. And he's lost 25 pounds. And what's interesting and fun about this is that I know Aaron from 20 years ago. We played college football together and we were both in pretty good shape then. He was probably in a little bit better shape than I am. And we're just gonna talk to Aaron and kind of go through what's happened in the past 3 months and what's unfolded for him since he's reached out to me and we started working together with the Stoked Life Wellness Alliance. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. It's just short and sweet and just kind of breaks it down a little bit different manner other than your before and after photos. We're going to hear the exact words of Aaron, and I'm going to ask him a few questions and just see what he says. And we're being totally transparent here. There are some things that he said are great about the program. There's some that are, he's still working on. But overall, Aaron is getting amazing results. And if you guys are interested in joining the program, there will be a link after the video. But here's the talk with Aaron and I. Hope you guys enjoy it. All right, I have my man Aaron on a call here. We're gonna just kind of go through and reverse engineer how everything's happened over the past 3 months. Aaron is a friend of mine and just started the Stoked Life Alliance about 3 months ago. And I want you, Aaron, to tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how we got to this point.
So you and I go back 20 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long.
Yeah, we're old men.
But being former teammates and all, when you and I got together here a couple months ago, I'd been following along with what you've been doing for a little while. And I'd let myself balloon up to about 280 pounds. My back was hurting. I was spending 3-4 days a week at the chiropractor, not feeling so great most of the time. And you got my attention here with a couple of things that you'd published on things you shouldn't be eating, et cetera, et cetera. So here we are, fast forward about 75 to 80 days into this whole thing, and we're having major success.
Good. What would you say were the biggest problems, the things that you were going through on a daily basis that made you go, you know what, I need to make some changes. I need to do something different here?
So I've continued to try to have a fairly active lifestyle. I've kept alpine skiing, and I'm a paddler. I've worked as a raft guide, done those things clean through until, just recently when I've started to have kids. And my physical performance in those activities really was in a slump. I wasn't enjoying myself anymore. I would hurt halfway through the day, and just realized that we needed to make some changes here other than the other, orthopedic issues with my back and things that I was suffering from, just affecting my quality of life. Things were not where I wanted them to be at.
Where did you want them to be?
I guess I want to continue to exploit my time on this face of the earth and be able to do things like I did when I was 20 again.
Yeah, we all want our Superman juices back, don't we?
That's right.
What do you think, feeling poorly or having back pain and not having energy, what was that preventing you from doing in your life to preventing that quality of life that you wanted?
The biggest thing it was probably doing is affecting my ability to sleep. That's probably the number one thing. And then from there, so many other things are tied to getting a good night's sleep. It's ironic that we paid so much attention to that and have ignored some of these other things. My wife is employed in, a healthcare industry and works with a sleep therapy business. And, we've been critical of sleep studies and some other things, but I didn't realize how much my diet and some of these other things were actually affecting that.
Yeah. So when we got on a phone call and talked about how we could work together, what and we were like, yes, let's do this. This is a great fit. What were the big things that I introduced to you, or that the program has, that you thought were kind of the hurdles you had to initially overcome, and things that different that you've never heard of, or, never even thought of doing?
I've had some success before with low carb type diets, where you weren't eating lots of breads and things, but had never gone to the level that this thing takes it to. One of the things that I guess got me early on was the picture of your meal prepping and how good that stuff actually looked in the photographs. We tried to, make some changes here with some of that, but the introduction to this at the beginning, really the first couple weeks, I was a little bit skeptical about whether or not I could survive off of some of the things that are in the diet and just survive off of those things. But this has actually been a good thing for me. Well, it's difficult to understand how to eat so many eggs and so many avocados and smaller portions, after a while. But one of the things that's been great with this has been the drink. The drink really helps fill in cravings and fill in other things that you had in between smaller meals.
The man drink. That is
the man drink.
Work. That's the life work, man. Let's talk about the man drink. How is it? Is it difficult to prepare? Is it time consuming? How does it fit into your drink?
I have about 6 or 8 shaker bottles, and I will make about 2 to 3 days of them at a time when I make them. And I make them with a couple different flavors at this point. You can't just do the same flavor over and over and over again.
Agreed.
But I've been able to, come up with something with that works pretty well. And, it's been okay. That I do a lot of traveling, and I've gotten it down to where I can get about 3 man drinks in Ziploc bags into one shaker bottle.
There you go.
Transport them, so I can go out of town with 2 bottles and 6 bags, and that'll last me for 2 to 3 days, or 3 to 4 days, or whatever. And that seems to be working all right. So, been a good thing, man.
That's what I'm talking about. So let's go back to the food. So that kind of, you said it helped when you were having cravings and things like that. But overall, did you feel? I mean, I'm sure there were days. We all have our days, but did you feel deprived, or did you feel like you were starving yourself, or did you, I haven't felt deprived or felt like I've been starving myself. The biggest challenge for me with this whole thing was I'd never dropped the dairy before, and I ate a lot of yogurt and ate a lot of cheese, and the cravings to have those things with eggs or with the meat or with the vegetables or whatever. That was probably the biggest challenge for me to get over. Yeah.
But I've pretty much beaten that. Obviously, I think I'd said in one of the first successful posts from this whole thing that I've had a couple slices of pizza and a dish of baked macaroni and cheese during this process, and I'm still getting decent results.
Right. And you know what? It's not about being perfect. Perfect is the enemy of good. We're just going. It's with what we do 90% of the time, right?
Right. That's right.
Eat pizza. You go ahead and you commit to it and just get it back. You eat the pizza, and then the next day we adjust. Anyway, how do you feel about the workouts, the Stoked Life training system? Talk to me about how much time it takes for you, realistically, how many times a day, and the results you've gotten.
So one of the things that you'd pointed out very early on was that our history together, you know that I know how to hit it for a couple hours if need be. I know how to do a weightlifting and conditioning workout like that. And, I've never forgotten that. And there's been moments in time when I have gotten back into the gym for a short period of time. But for me, this thing's been good because of the science behind, what you've put into all this. I know that the 40 minutes that you spend in the gym is giving you a total body workout that's got some science behind it. And that's been a good thing. I probably have not seen the strength or muscular increased results that I would have once seen over 8 or 10 weeks of hitting the gym when I was younger. But I definitely feel better. I feel stronger. A lot of the core support that has come from these exercises and workouts, I'm sure, are contributing to less back pain, etc.
Okay, that's awesome. Do we know anything about the waistline? We know pounds, 280 to 255 in 3 months. That's 25 pounds. That's pretty damn good. That's really impressive. How do you feel strength-wise?
My strength has definitely picked up some. One of the other things that I admit kind of stinks is, what I could once bend over and pick up or carry is not what it once was. Right. And I have gotten a little bit of that back. My only challenge at this point that I want to try to be able to, keep up with is making sure I can run around and play with my kids and maintain that strength level with the activities that we do. But I have picked up some. I haven't picked up a ton of muscular mass yet, and I'm sure that at some point I'm going to start to see some results from that. But I feel good.
Good. So we're 3 months in, essentially. Where do you see? From where we started to where we are now, 3 months from now, where do you see yourself going? What kind of results do you plan on and are working toward? What are you working toward?
I kind of had set a goal in my head that I'm obviously not trying to achieve the kind of physical results that you portray in your videos. To me, that's not what I was after when I started this. I'm after something for myself that is sustainable so I can continue to do these activities and things and not feel bad. But I'm after, a body weight of somewhere maybe around 220 pounds. To me, that seems like that's probably a good target weight for me. It's a little heavier than, I was when I was 16 or 17 years old, but that's probably a good weight for me to be at. And, from a strength standpoint, I just want to be able to maintain enough strength to continue to do these activities,
That's good. So if you had a friend or a colleague or someone you knew who was in a similar situation as you, and you were to give them they're like, man, I've seen the results you've made. It's crazy. You've lost 25 pounds in, around 3 months. Like, what would be the top 3 things you've learned from this program that you would tell them?
Mm-hmm. You are what you eat is the first one.
I tell them that all the time. Right.
If you eat a bunch of garbage, then you're going to look like and feel like garbage. And that's maybe something that I think previously maybe I did learn or know, but this definitely reinforced it again. So it feels good to eat fresh stuff.
Yeah.
That's number one. The second thing is that there definitely is some science behind what you've done here. I appreciate the biohacking you've done on yourself, and I think that some of these things definitely have some results. If you look at the ingredients in things like the man drink or whatever, most of the ingredients and things that you put into that are like 1 or 2 or 3 ingredient powders. It's not stuff that is, loaded with caffeine or loaded with stimulants or other things that are getting fake results. It's good stuff.
Right. Cool.
The third thing probably is that we know that if you can build muscle mass and strength, your body burns more calories. That's just simply, you work out some and you see results.
Now tell me, this is something I have debates with health people, fitness people that are, physique competitors and all these fitness gurus. And I think that you can burn fat without depriving yourself and without doing a load of cardio. What do you think about that?
I definitely think that is possible. And I think that obviously it has to do with the concoction that you're putting into your body from an eating standpoint. part of the problem with most people's diets is they're probably filled with things that are chemically rebuilding fat cells in their body. And this definitely is something that is man, this stuff is burning off. I can't get over the way my stomach looks today. I posted a couple more pictures on my Facebook today with my gut pushed out, and it's totally evaporating.
A couple more pounds, and you're gonna be whoo. Yeah, your wife's gonna be. I don't know what she's gonna say, but anyway. All right. So thank you for getting on the phone with me and doing a little interview here. I really appreciate your time. We've got about 16 weeks is the total program. I'm sure we're not going to be done after that, but if you were to, throw a shout out to any people or viewers about this program, what would you say?
I was skeptical at first as to whether or not I would stick with this and see results. And it's been easy because I wanted to take on the challenge. And it's actually not been something that's been very disruptive once you get used to it the first couple of weeks. I think if you want to change your life, you got to consider jumping on this program.
Cool. That's really nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I know you got the kids and the wifey to deal to, so thank you. Yep. And we'll be talking to you tomorrow. Thanks, Aaron. I really appreciate it, man.
All right, buddy. You're welcome, Tyler.
All right. Talk to you soon, man. So there you have it, guys. There's the interview with Aaron, breaking it down for you. If you are interested in getting in the best shape of your life, if you are interested in feeling fantastic, having more energy, being happier, being stronger, here at the Stoked Life Wellness Alliance, we're all about this. This is what we're about: spreading, managing, and creating health, wellness, fitness, vibrance, leading to an increased quality of life. And you know what? If you're interested, I'd love to get on the phone and talk to you. There's going to be links below. You can click the link below to join the free Stoked Life Facebook group, where we talk about all that stuff, the best of the best in health, fitness, wellness, nutrition, meal prepping, anti-aging, and all of that fun stuff. So click the link below if you want to join the group. Also, there's going to be a link below for the top 5 for 5, which is the free e-guide that I give out, and it's all about anti-aging and the best nutritional goodies in 5 of the most essential categories. And lastly, there will be a link to the website, stokedlifewellness.com. You can click on there or click on the other link for to get in touch with me about one-on-one coaching, or if you just want to join the membership site, there's also a link for that too. So we'll attach that below too. I love you guys. See you on the inside.